Hey everybody. So it's Thursday, and that means it's time for my next entry in my top TV movies of all time ranking that I've been doing. I This week we're talking about number 70 up to 61. So we're almost at the halfway point, and these are all really fun little movies that you should totally check out and that I thoroughly enjoyed. So I got a pretty good variety this week, and so you have to let me know what you think. Okay. At number 70, I have Disney's Prep and Landing. And this is a series that they have done a number of shorts for. And it's really cute. You can get a whole a DVD or Blu-ray for Prep and Landing with a bunch of different shorts. They have Prep and Landing, Naughty and Nice. Just a bunch of different shorts. They are really cute. It's about these elves that are trying to help Santa, and they're super cute. I really like the character design on all of them. They got good vocal performances. You have Dave Foley as Wayne, who's sort of the lead character in here, and he's really cute. There's Lanny, Derek Richardson as Lanny, Sarah Chalk as Maggie. Then you have you have Tiny in here. Just a bunch of really cute, fun characters with a fun little Christmas story. And I don't know, I just like it. It's not quite like on Arthur Christmas level as far as cute elves and stuff doing stuff, but I think it's very entertaining. And number 69, I have It's Carol Christmas, and this is from Hallmark, but it stars Carrie Fisher, and it's a very loose adaptation of Christmas Carol. In it, you have Emmanuel Vega, who plays this woman, Eve, who has forgotten Christmas because all she cares about is making money. And it's not just that all she cares about is making money, because of course that's this Christmas Carol concept, but she had her heart broken, and it just kind of made her bitter about life. And even she once loved literature, and that's why she wanted to get into publishing. And now she's become very cynical to good writing. And the Bob Cratchit character in this is basically like somebody who actually believes in a book and wants to see it, get published, different things. And I like Emmanuel Vega in this. And there's actually not the three spirits in this. Like, basically, I think they were just like, Carrie Fisher's so cool, let's just have her do everything. And Carrie Fisher's really funny, and there's some cute little jokes to Star Wars and some other stuff in there. Next, we have Northanger Abbey. This stars Felicity Jones as Catherine. And this book is kind of a harder book, I think, of Austen to translate, just because it's a little bit more cheesy. It's just got the sort of gothic elements and the ghosts and the, kind of a thing. And she's just sort of a younger heroine. She's not as, I don't know, it's just different than it's really different than the other Jane Austen books, but it's really fun. And I really enjoy this version. I think Felicity Jones is really good. I like Carey Mulligan as Isabella. I think that J.J. Field as Henry was really great. And I don't know, I think this is just about as good a version of Northanger Abbey as you can make. I'd love to see them do like a feature film of Northanger Abbey. I think there's a ton of potential there. But I don't know, it's a different kind of heroine for Jane Austen. This one she's not quite as like confident, and I don't know, she's just a little more immature. I think that's the word I'm looking for. But I like that about her, and I like that she kind of learns and grows, and it's a little bit more fun than maybe some of her other books. So I enjoy this adaptation. It's very sumptuous. I've got all the fine British houses and settings and everything like that, and all the costumes are great. So I think this is a good one. You should see it. Then we have at number 67, another Hallmark film. We have Stranded in Paradise. This one's really fun. It stars Vanessa Marcel, who I love, as this human resources executive who's like super confident in her job. When out of the blue, she ends up losing her job, but she had already scheduled to go on this retreat to Puerto Rico as part of her job. And so she's figured, well, I'm going to go anyway and use it as like this networking thing. So she goes there, but it ends up not really going as planned. She ends up getting stuck during this hurricane with James Denton, which is the best. James Denton is so handsome and so charming. Love him. And I think that they have really nice chemistry. And I think there's actually some nice heart to this one, because she is having to deal with the fact that she lost this job that she had dedicated everything to. And everybody knows I love like workplace themes and themes about work. And so I related to it that way. And I think they have pretty good chemistry. And it's just, I love the beach, anything the ocean. I just think this one's a good one. So it's at 67. Number 66, I have Death of a Salesman. And I love this play. I know it's a super depressing play, but I don't know. I just love the writing of the characters. I think that Willy Loman is such a easy character to relate to. I don't know. It's so sad. And he's about to, lose his job. He's just in this like, his family's falling apart. He can't pay his bill. His son is just kind of a disaster, and there's just like no love there. It's like a man who has just like no love in his life. It's really sad, but I think that I don't know, there's just something about the humanity and the rawness to it. It's kind of similar to Manchester by the Sea, I think, in a way, in tone and feel. And I don't know, it just feels really honest. I love this play. And I think this is a pretty good version of this play. I really like all of the performances. Dustin Hoffman is brilliant. John Malkovich is in this. Stephen Lang, Charles Durning. If you don't like sad movies, you won't like it. But I think it's really good. So I have Death of the Salesman at 66. And then talk the other end of the spectrum. Number 65, I have Charming Christmas. This is a really sweet kind of take on Miracle on 34th Street for Hallmark. Basically, you have Julie Benz, who's great, plays the daughter of these people who own this department store, and she's kind of uptight, and she's dating this guy who loves business, which we all know is like not a good sign with Hallmark, and she is considering when her parents are going to retire, she's considering selling this store and becoming like this big franchise and whatever, and she's just very like business focused. Well, she ends up meeting David Sutcliffe, who is so charming and so great in this, and he ends up becoming the Santa for the department store, and she ends up having to play Mrs. Claus. And you also get these two other stories in this one, that there's a girl who's trying to deal with being a single. There's this woman who's trying to be a single mom and take care of her child. And then there's another woman who wants to become a dancer and is dating this guy. And so you get some other stories, which is nice. And it's just really sweet and charming, and I really enjoyed it. So there you go. Charming Christmas I have at 65. 64, I have Cinderella. And honestly, I would just put about any version of Cinderella. Cinderella, Roger Hammerstein was originally done for television. So pretty much any version of Roger Hammerstein musical Cinderella counts for me in this spot. But I do really enjoy the Brandy version. I love Whitney Houston, so that goes a long way to me to excusing some of its flaws. But I love Cinderella, and I'm definitely gonna do this for family movie night eventually. I love the story of Cinderella, and I think that Brandy is fine in this role, but I especially, just love Whitney Houston so much. And I think the songs are really good in here with Roger Hammerstein's, My Own Little Corner, My Own Little Room. It's probably the best song of the bunch. But I don't know. Whoopi Goldberg is in this. Bernadette Peters is in this. Jason Alexander. And so you get some pretty good singing and some pretty fun, set pieces and things like that. And so I enjoy it. And so I have it at 64. Number 63, I have It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. This is not the first time that you'll see, this is not the only time that you'll see the Peanuts on this list, but you just gotta love the Peanuts movies. They're so sweet and so great. And I love this one because you have Linus and he believes in the Great Pumpkin if nobody else does. And, Sally gets super frustrated with him in this, which is super cute. And I love all the vocal performances in here are wonderful. And just the whole idea of the Great Pumpkin, like it's the things that Charlie Brown struggles with believing, with things being cynical and him wanting and not understanding things. I think you really get that heart here, and I think it's done very well. And it's just, I like the animation, I like the music, it all works. And so I have Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown at number 63. So there you go. Number 62, I have another Hallmark film. It is called The Cabin. This was made in 2011, and it stars Leah Thompson and Stephen Brand, and they both play single parents who have kids, and they decide to go to this Scottish resort. They don't know each other, but they both end up having to share this cabin because it ends up getting double booked. And so they're in Scotland, and of course, like, they hate each other at first, but then like sparks fly, and it's really sweet and really cute. And I think it's funny, and I like all the kids are cute, and their dynamics in Scotland on this resort. And I don't know, it's just really pleasant and enjoyable. They have a really good kiss in this, which is always nice. And this is just a good, sweet little romantic movie with fun elements with the whole family. 61, I have The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion Witch, and The Wardrobe. This was done back in 1988. And it's pretty impressive. I have to admit, it has been a while since I saw it, but I really do enjoy it. It's pretty faithful adaptation of the book. I really like Barbara Kellerman as the White Witch. I think she's not Tilda Swinton, but she's still pretty good in the role. And it's definitely not the same level of quality as the modern film as far as effects and production, but I think it's pretty good, and it's like entertaining in a way because it's more like real, and I don't know, I just like that sort of 1980s aesthetic to fantasy sometimes even better than the new CGI sort of aesthetic of fantasy. There we go. That is my 10 for this week. We have at number 70, Prep and Landing. That's so cute. We have It's Christmas Carol at 69. We have Northanger Abbey at 68. Stranded in Paradise at 67. Death of a Salesman at 66. I have Charming Christmas at 65. Cinderella at 64. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown at 63. The Cabin at 62. And The Chronicles of Narnia at 61. So lots of good variety there. Lots of different styles of movies. Got some animation. We've got some Hallmark. We've got some Christmas movies. We've got some sad movies in Death of a Salesman. We have some, BBC stuff. Just we got Charlie Brown. It's just really fun. So lots of good stuff. Let me know what you think of these 10. If you've seen any of them, what are your opinions? I'd love to know. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.